Hi students, today we are going to deal regarding the closed pack structures. Okay, before going into this, you first remember that in the previous class we have learned with respect to primitive cell. What is meant by primitive cell? Primitive cell is a type of a cube, or that is a unit cell where the particles are present at the corner of a cube. Okay, at corners the particle will be present, and remember this students, that particle is assumed to be as a sphere, or it is assumed to be that it is present at the center of the sphere. Okay, getting me? So I will represent it in a diagram. So look over this. See, generally I am drawing a primitive cell, right? So in primitive cell, where the particles will be present? In primitive cell, the particles will be present at the corners. Okay, this is the corner, this corner. Particle is present, this corner and this corner. Okay, here, here, here as well as here. And while writing, it is assumed to be at the center of the sphere. You will be drawing a sphere like this. See, this particle is assumed to be in the form of a sphere. Getting this? Here taking the particle, center of this corner is taken as the center of the sphere, and this is also the same. Entire thing taken as the center of the sphere. These two will be touching each other. Some probably not, diagram is not well. Getting me? The particles are present at the corner, and it is assumed to be taken as the center of the sphere. This is also same. It will be assumed as the center of the sphere. So in some way I am representing. See here, I am taking one side. The particle is present at the corner, so it is taken as the center of the sphere. And this one also at the center of the sphere. Okay, it is assumed like this. So now you are, this is the particle, and particle is at the center of the sphere. Okay, now see here, in one dimensional I am seeing, in the one dimensional particles are placed like this. Okay, in one dimensional, what is the coordination number? Coordination number means the nearest number of particles, that is called as coordination number. So this one I am taking particle 2 are there. This one 1, this one 1. For this particle, this is 1 and 2. For this particle, it is 1 and 2. For this one also, here I have not mentioned. So the maximum number of particles surrounding a given particle, it is called as the coordination number. When you represent the system in the one dimensional, 2 particles will be present, or 2 is the coordination number. Okay. Now I am going for the close packing like square, 2 dimension. I am going for 2 dimension, right? In 2 dimensions, you can represent the particles in 2 ways. See, I am representing here. You can take particles like this, going on in this pattern. One more pattern, 1 dimension, this is one more dimension. Clear? This is one more, so it's not clear, worst diagram. Okay, see here, in this way it will be present. All is 1 dimension, this is one more dimension, so 2 dimensions. So this particle is present above this one, this particle is present above this one, like this. If you see, if you take any particle, what will be the coordination number? So if you take this particle 1, 2, 3, 4, the nearest one, it is 4. So whenever if you take 2 dimension, one above the other, then the coordination number is 4. And 2 dimension, this can be represented in one more way. That is, this is one layer, and this second layer, top layer, can be represented in the middle of this one, here. Okay, in this pattern. So between these two, this one, between these two, this one, between these two, this one. Again, between these two, this layer. So then you will be getting the packing called as square packing. This packing, it is called as square packing, 2 dimensional. This is hexagonal packing of 2 dimension. So if I take this particle as the center one, surrounding how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I am getting an hexagon. So the coordination number is 6. Getting me here? See students, this chapter is highly imaginative. Okay, for 1 dimensional, the coordination number is 2. For 2 dimensional, if it is a square type of arrangement, the coordination number is 4. If it is a hexagonal type of arrangement, the 2 dimension, the coordination number is 6. Now our original content comes. Basically, nothing will be existing as 1D as well as 2D, right? Practically, the existence is 3D. Okay, this is 2 dimension. If I want in 3 dimension, see, I can't draw the diagram particularly, so I will be showing this one for you. Okay, one above the other. See this pattern. This is one layer. Okay, 1 dimension. This is 2nd dimension, and this one, this is the 3rd dimension. See, this is height, length, this one breadth. See, length, breadth, height, one above the other. Getting me? This is the way of representing. This is a square pattern, 3-dimensional representation of square pattern only. Okay, in 2-dimensional you have seen square pattern one above the other. This is 3-dimensional representation of square packing. Okay, this is called as cubical packing, 3-dimensional representation of this one. So if you go for the square packing, what type of arrangement you are getting? All the layers are same, right? Length, breadth as well as height are all the same. So you will be getting the type of arrangement as A. Clear? All are same. See, if you see here square, all are A. If you see here, this is A, this is B, again this is A. Okay. The second layer is kept in between the gaps of the first layer. Now suppose if you go for 3-dimension, if you keep one above the other, then that is called as A type. Then the coordination number is 6. 3-dimensional, if it is a square close packing, the arrangement will be A type. Then the coordination number is equal to 6. Okay. And there is one more. This is square packing. Like this we have seen, right? Hexagonal packing. So that way also you can arrange in the 3-dimensional structure. Before going further, you should know about the voids. Okay. What is meant by void? Void means nothing but, see, you are arranging the particles like this, right? This one also one above the other. But in between this, you are having a gap. That gap is called as void. Getting me? Particles are arranged one above the other. Whatever the gap present between the particles, that is called as void. In void, you are having two types of voids. One is tetrahedral void, one is octahedral void. Suppose 3 particles are present like this, 1, 2, 3. In between a gap will be formed, right? That gap can be filled up by the above layer. Clear? There are 3 particles at the bottom like triangle. So this corner one, this corner one, this corner one. You are having a gap here. See, the particles are linked like this. Okay. This is the particle, this is the particle, this is the particle. In between gap is present. And that gap you can cover by the one more sphere placing on the top. On this top it is present. One layer is at the bottom, triangle is at the bottom, top you are placing one more. So that what happens? It looks like this. 3, this color, blue color are the bottom, and the red one, it is placed above this. So between these 3 there is a gap, and that gap, over that gap, one more particle is placed. Whatever the void that is present in between these 4 things, that is called as tetrahedral void or tetrahedral hole. The gap that is present between the 4 particles, right? That is called as tetrahedral hole. If I say like this, triangle I am getting 3, and upside I am getting reverse triangle, then also one hole will be formed. Getting me? You try to draw the triangle like this and link all these things. You are having a gap. Now you take one more triangle in the reverse pattern like this. You are getting gap this one. Okay, you take this one and place it oppositely like this. 2, you will be getting 1. So this one is one triangle, this is one more triangle. This triangle is upward and this triangle is downward. You place one above the other, so that you will be getting in this pattern. The hole is not completely blocked here. This type of hole, it is called as octahedral hole or octahedral void. See, at bottom you are having a triangle, above you are placing with one sphere. Then the hole developed or the void developed, that is called as tetrahedral hole or tetrahedral void. At the bottom you are having triangle, and the top also you are having triangle. But the entire hole is not blocked. Here the hole is blocked. In tetrahedral void, the void is blocked by the 4th sphere. But here, below triangle and the above reverse triangle, on keeping one on the other, the void is not covered. That type of void is called as octahedral hole. See, octahedral means generally 6. Tetrahedral means generally 4. So you are having 4 spheres here. Octahedral means 6 here. Okay, 6 circles are present. See, one layer, below layer is in blue color, above layer is in orange color. Right, students? I hope that you have understood clearly. See, these things only higher level of assumption you require. Okay, nothing happens. You remember that below one, it is called as, when the hole is formed by 4 particles, it is called as tetrahedral hole. When the hole is formed by 6 particles, that is called as hexagonal void. Okay, when the hole is formed by 4 particles, that is called as tetrahedral void. When the void is formed by the 6 particles, then that is called as octahedral void. See here, at the bottom, small partial line is present, circle, here circle, here circle. Due to that, the void is formed here, it is covered by this one. Okay, see, if I assume this dark, light one, above one, dark. See, below one triangle, above one triangle. You are getting octahedral. Okay, This is the thing. And it can be arranged in two patterns. You remember only this thing, students. If you go for diagram pictorial representation, you will be getting highly confused. Okay. So, first layer is present, okay. Second layer is present over the holes of the third layer. So, first layer you are having the spheres. Second layer is present in between the voids of the first layer. Like this. This is first layer, second layer, first layer, second layer. I didn't represent third layer. Third layer will come above this one. Okay, above this you will be getting the third layer. Okay. So, on the top you will be having tetrahedral void as well as octahedral void. If, remember this, if tetrahedral void of second layer, okay, if tetrahedral void, whatever that is formed in the formed by the second layer, is covered by third layer, then that type of arrangement is called as CCP. Remember this, if tetrahedral void formed by the second layer is covered by the third layer, a particle present in third layer. If the tetrahedral void in the second layer is covered by the particle in the third layer, then that is called as CCP, okay, or FCC structure, CCP or FCC. Again I am repeating, if the tetrahedral void of the second layer, okay, covered by the third layer, if the tetrahedral void of the second layer is covered by the particles of the third layer, then that is called as CCP or FCC, okay. Then the pattern will be like this, ABC, ABC, ABC. When the octahedral void of the second layer, see, if octahedral of second layer covered by third layer, it is called as HCP arrangement. Again I am repeating, second layer forms two voids, one is tetrahedral, one is octahedral. If third layer covers tetrahedral voids, it is called as CCP. If the third layer covers the octahedral voids, it is called as HCP. The pattern for CCP is ABC, ABC, ABC pattern. For this one it is AB, AB, AB. Okay, the pattern will be like this. Okay, hexagonal packing means the octahedral void of the second layer covered by the third layer. Okay, it is AB, AB pattern. If the tetrahedral voids of the second layer covered by the third layer, then that is ABC, ABC pattern. So that is cubic pattern or FCC. This is the FCC pattern. This diagram will be like this, and hexagonal, it will be in this pattern. You remember only this thing. If the third layer covers the tetrahedral voids of the second layer, then that is what? If the third layer covers the tetrahedral voids of the second layer, then that is CCP. If the third layer covers the hexagonal voids of the second layer, then that is hexagonal packing. So you are getting how many types of voids? One is tetrahedral void, one is octahedral void. Okay? Right. I hope that you are getting. So three-dimensional structure. You can represent 3D structure. You can represent in, one is square pattern. So that is three-dimensional, you can represent one in square patterns. The coordination number is 6. If you represent one layer in the gap of the other layer, then you will be getting two type of voids. When the tetrahedral voids of the third layer, when the tetrahedral voids are covered by the third layer, then the type of arrangement is AB pattern, that is called as hexagonal packing. Then the coordination number is 12. You remember this. Square pattern it is 6. Hexagonal packing means the coordination number is 12. When the octahedral voids of the third layer are covered by the, okay, when the octahedral void is covered by the third layer, then that packing is called as FCC, cubic pattern. Then the pattern will be ABC, ABC pattern. Clear? Right. Coordination number is same. Coordination number is 12. Coordination number is 6 when? Coordination number is 6 when it is a square pattern in three-dimensional. Coordination number is 12 whenever it is HCP or FCC. Okay? Right. Then next type of arrangement is BCC. The particles are present at 8 corners in the body center. The pattern is AB, AB type. Okay? Coordination number is 8. Clear? Voids are nothing but the empty spaces or interstitial positions. And always remember, students, number of constituent particles. Suppose if I say FCC, how many particles will be present? 4. Okay. If I ask number of octahedral voids, number of octahedral voids is equal to 4. Number of tetrahedral voids is equal to 8. Okay. Always remember how many particles you will be getting. That many number of octahedral voids will be getting. See, number of constituent particles will be equal to, in FCC or HCP, same. It is equal to n. Then the number of tetrahedral voids. Number of tetrahedral voids will be always equal to 2 times of n. What is the mean by n? The type of this cell. Okay. If you go for which type of cell, suppose if I say it is FCC, means number of particles will be 4. So it is 2 into 4, 8. So means 8 tetrahedral voids will be present. N is nothing but the contribution of particles. Number of constant particles or number of voids. Okay. If you go for the number of voids, it depends upon the type of the cell. Okay. So octahedral voids will be equal to the number of particles. Tetrahedral voids will be equal to the double to the number of particles. Clear? Okay. And you remember tetrahedral voids. Tetrahedral voids are located along the body diagonal. On each body diagonal you will be having 2 tetrahedral voids. Again I am repeating. Tetrahedral voids are located along the body diagonal in a cube. Okay. And each body diagonal has 2 voids. Here one, here one. So this is only practically possible. If I present, I can show you. In terms of book, we can't show this. Right. Anyhow, you try to understand. Each body diagonal has 2 tetrahedral voids. So how many tetrahedral voids will be present for the cube? Totally 4 diagonals. 4 body diagonals will be present. So each body diagonal consists of 2 voids. So totally you will be having 8 voids. Clear? Tetrahedral void is located on the body diagonal and each body diagonal consists of 2 tetrahedral voids. So totally 4 tetrahedral voids, 4 body diagonals will be present. On total 8 tetrahedral voids will be present in FCC, right? Okay, this is the thing whatever you will be getting. And the octahedral voids, where the octahedral voids will be present. Octahedral voids are present at the body center as well as the center of each edge. Okay, in FCC. So total how many octahedral voids should be present? Octahedral voids will be equal to the number of contributing cells in a given cell. Suppose if I talk FCC, how many I will be getting? I will be getting 4 because in FCC contribution is 4. Right? So where these voids are present means one is at body center. At the center of the body, 1 octahedral void is present, and at the center of the each edge, this is the edge. Here one center, this is the edge, this is one center. So totally how many edges are there? You will be having 12 edges, and each edge contribution is 1/4. So 12 into 1/4 you will be getting 3, and 1 at body center. So 1 at body center and 12 edges. Each contribution is 1/4. So totally how many voids will be present? So totally 4 octahedral voids. And going for the tetrahedral voids, where these are located? They are located on the body diagonal. Each body diagonal gives 2 tetrahedral voids. So totally how many tetrahedral voids are present? 4 body diagonals. So totally 8 tetrahedral voids are present. So this is the students with respect to voids. Once again you repeat this video again and again, then only you will be understanding. Right? Don't get more into the HCP as well as CCP. You remember only one thing. Hexagonal arrangement is AB, AB, AB type. Okay? And cubic pattern is ABC, ABC, ABC type. Only this is enough. In 3-dimensional, whenever it is in square arrangement, the coordination number is 6. Whenever it is in hexagonal way, if it is having hexagonal pattern, then it is AB, AB pattern. Okay? Or ABC, ABC pattern. AB, AB pattern means hexagonal packing. ABC, ABC means FCC or CCP pattern. Okay, both are the same. And number of voids. Number of voids means if you go for the octahedral voids, it is equal to the number of particles present. If you go for the tetrahedral voids, it is equal to double to the number of particles present. Okay, this is what with respect to the students. If you have material, once you open up that and you go through the all the voids questions, then you will be getting one idea how to solve that. Right? And one more thing, student. Yesterday we have learned something like the Bravais lattice structures, this one, and you will be thorough with the examples also. They may ask examples. So cubic structure you are having, what are the examples? Zinc blende they will be asking, which type of arrangement? It is cubic pattern. Right? He may ask zinc blende he may give, and he may ask how many type of possible variations are present. So 3 types. One is primitive, body center, face center. like this. You remember these examples also. This is the most important thing, right? These examples as well as this one here you are having. So totally 7 systems are there. If they ask monoclinic sulfur, it belongs to monoclinic type of class, right? Primitive and end-centered. The angles as well as the system. So these should be remembered. Okay students, this is for today. Have a nice day. Bye bye.